The teenage heroes of Stranger Things were able to launch their careers overnight thanks to the show. But Madelyn Cline's journey was a little different. The actress who shot to fame from her own Netflix hit series, Outer Banks, had a supporting role in the second season of the Duffer Brothers science fiction series. Yet, appearing on an already well-established series didn't give Cline the chance to shine. Surprising, right? Especially considering how famous she became only a few years later. Wait, you didn't know she was on Stranger Things? Honestly, we forgot as well. The actress played a small role, appearing in just 2 episodes. She starred as Tina, a Hawkins High student who throws an epic Halloween bash. Now, we don't really know much about Tina, except that she seriously looks over the new kid in town, Billy, just like all the other teenage girls. In the first episode, she's with her friends as Billy makes his grand entrance at school. Tina plays a bigger part in the second scenario because she's in charge of planning the biggest party of the year. So, despite appearing on a popular show, Tina has to be one of Cline's least known performances. But for such a minor role, she still knocks it out of the park. So now with Outer Banks and now Glass Onion under her belt, Madelyn Cline is a certified Netflix star.
And my mom always scolded me for it. Now after shooting Outer Banks, I have noticed a bit of sun damage. Now I've become really adamant about wearing it. And for the show, we use foundation with sunscreen built in, but it's just so hard because, we're running, we're sweating, we're in the water.
But what do we know about her life before fame? Well, first and foremost, she first got her foot in the door when she was just 10 years old. Cline began working as a model. Even as a child, she spent her summers in New York with her mother for modeling jobs. So what kind of places did she model for? That's easy. In publications, catalogs, and department stores. To be more specific, she worked with T-Mobile, Sunny D, and Toys R Us, among others. After a stint in modeling, just like any other teen her age, Cline enrolled into college. But was this the smartest choice for her? Or is this just another example of 18-year-olds having to make a big life decision way too early? It seems like this was the case for the young budding actress. And now we know she can definitely do her Outer Banks character, Sarah, and the constant struggle to find your voice. Making this decision came up for Madelyn soon after she left for college. She came to the realization that she wasn't happy in school and that it was time to listen to her emotions. Even though she was aware that her parents wouldn't support her decision, she made the leap and let them know she would be quitting college and instead pursue a career in acting, and thank God she did. But sadly, it was far from an easy start. Some performers get jobs after just a few auditions, and after that, role after role comes in. However, it didn't turn out that way for Madelyn Cline. In fact, quite the opposite. She claims that she experienced a lot of rejection when she first relocated to Los Angeles. Ouch, that is never a nice feeling. She persisted nonetheless, because she was confident that she would finally be noticed. And then she was, finally. As we already mentioned, she landed a minor speaking role in Stranger Things, which during the second season was a major success. Shortly after that role, Cline decided to go to Los Angeles after realizing she wanted to pursue acting as a full-time job. Cline split her time between courses, the set of Stranger Things, and the originals. However, everything changed when Cline's true breakout role came in the form of another Netflix series, the mysterious teen drama Outer Banks, where she plays co-lead Sarah Cameron. Can you imagine how amazing this would have felt for Cline? This show single-handedly catapulted her right into the spotlight and people's hearts. But to be honest, we couldn't make this video without giving Cline a shout out for her performance in the sequel to Knives Out, Glass Onion. The cast of the movie features a who's who of A-list actors, including Kate Hudson, Edward Norton, and more. As Whiskey, Cline portrays Batista's YouTube collaborator and Duke's girlfriend, a very Gen Z touch. Now that we're all up to date on how Madelyn Cline became the queen she is today, what else do we know about this incredible actress? The most talked about topic for a long time when speaking of Madelyn Cline was her supposed relationship with her heartthrob co-star Chase. From what has been blasted all over the web, the Outer Banks celebrities were in fact a real-life couple. Around the time Outer Banks was released in April of 2020, rumors of the couple's relationship began to circulate, but it wasn't until June 2020 funny that they made their romance public. When Madelyn and Chase first met, it was on the set of Outer Banks. Apparently, sparks were flying immediately between the two. Unfortunately, somewhere in 2021, they called it quits. That must have been awkward on set after that.
Ouch. Plenty more.
So it's not about the money? Stop.
I'm serious now.
I'm trying to sleep. If I say yes, you're not allowed to die.
Speaking of Outer Banks, did you know it's a real place? For those outside of the US, you probably didn't, and despite the show being called Outer Banks, Madelyn has never actually been there. This is due to the fact that the show is actually filmed in South Carolina. Netflix decided not to film on the actual Outer Banks because the streaming service disagrees with the conservative laws that govern the area. Regardless, the Netflix actress did an outstanding job recreating the now well-known real-life location.
Her family's house.
It's my family's house. The gold's there. And I can get you to it.
You lied. Is the gold even there? You think?
Another fun fact about the actress, she is very familiar with the role she plays in Outer Banks. Maybe it's the quiet southern nature, but Madelyn claims she could see some similarities between Sarah and herself. First explaining that it's fascinating because I feel like I relate to Sarah in many ways, since they're both from the South. And during filming, Madelyn found herself once again falling back in love with the South.
I saw this on TikTok. Again, I draw a lot of inspiration from watching people do their makeup on TikTok or from makeup artists, and I saw this one girl one time do her blush kind of where your highlighter is supposed to be, and it's just kind of the same thing as.
Lastly, a nice fun one to end the video on. Did you know Madelyn took up ballet classes at the Classical Ballet Center in Summerville, South Carolina? Of course, this was before she moved to Los Angeles to pursue her acting career, but you might be surprised to know that Madelyn was pretty good at ballet. She even took advanced ballet classes. Now, we can't and don't want to imagine a world where Madelyn Cline became a household ballerina. She is a natural on the big screen, so from her tiny, almost unrecognizable role on Stranger Things to bagging the big screen appearing on a huge Netflix hit, this was how Madelyn Cline rose to fame after her pipsqueak moment on the sci-fi series. And other interesting facts about the actress you had no idea about. Now, were you surprised by any of these fun facts about Madelyn Cline? Do you remember her from Stranger Things? Let us know.
He's here.
Liar! Without saying goodbye.
Let us go.
I got 50,000 reasons.
He didn't do anything.
Maybe he did.
I don't know if I don't think there's a lot of geese there.
Is there creeks there?
There's a creek, but I've never seen any geese in it.
No.
No. So,
Time to-
whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Hey.
a way cute name.
Queen.